and welcome back. I'm just gonna jump right into it because I'm so excited to be back doing reviews. Much like everyone else, I very much missed being in a theater, and I'm kind of tired of seeing films on Disney Plus or HBO Max. You don't really get the full feel, no offense. I definitely love those platforms, especially Disney Plus right now because of Loki. But I am so excited to be back in the theater paying $19 for a small popcorn or $18 for a personal pan pizza. I missed it so much. Take my money, just take all of it. Before we get started, please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. As always, it is much appreciated. Last night, I had the pleasure of seeing Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard a few days earlier than the release, so I will be giving you all a spoiler-free review. 4 years after the original release in 2017, Ryan Reynolds, Samuel L. Jackson, and Salma Hayek are back for a sequel, and this time they brought along Antonio Banderas, Morgan Freeman, and Frank Grillo along for the ride. Now, many of my friends have asked, do I have to see the original first? The answer is no. No, you do not. And if I'm being 100% honest, I in fact don't really remember much of what happened in the first one. The only things you really gotta know is that Sam and Salma Hayek's character are husband and wife, and Ryan was once Samuel L. Jackson's bodyguard. That's it. I think if you know those tidbits, I think you'll be just fine. Like, you literally won't be missing out on anything, I promise. Moving right along, this time around, the focus is more on Salma Hayek's character, Sonia, and her quest to get her husband, Darius, played by Samuel L. Jackson, back from whoever it is that took him. She finds Michael Bryce, once again, played by Ryan Reynolds, and enlists him to help her along her way. Now, there are so much action and a lot of really bloody scenes. Of course, there are a ton of jokes, so no surprise there, but what did stand out was at the core of this action-packed comedy, there is a really heartfelt goal that Sonia is trying to reach. To those of you who just like comedies and like action, I'd say go see it. You'll definitely enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. Just leave the kiddos at home because it is rated R. Now that I've addressed the average moviegoer who doesn't really care about anything else other than that, those people just want to know, like, hey, is it good or not? Should I go see it? Now I turn my attention to those of you, much like myself, who want to know more about the plot, the actors' chemistry, the action sequences, and things of that nature. More of a critique, if you will. I'd like to point out that I do give a very unbiased review. And if you know me, you already know that I am a huge Ryan Reynolds fan. Like, huge. He is one of my top 3 favorite actors, along with Robert Downey Jr. and Leonardo DiCaprio. With that being said, as much as I love Ryan, realistically speaking, I very much enjoyed it on a personal level, but one thing I did feel that didn't work for the film was the overuse of jokes during big action sequences. If the characters were a little more serious with the good soundtrack playing behind them, I think that they could have achieved like more of a Hobbs versus Shaw type feel where there's funny parts and there's jokes, but at the core of it all is just a lot of really good action scenes. Now, at first, I didn't feel like a sequel was needed. I think the first one was okay. But after seeing this movie, I preferred much more than the original. And I do hope that a third is made because, well, why not? Seeing Salma Hayek and Antonio Banderas together was such a treat. Those two have had such great chemistry way back from their Desperado days. So that was also really cool to see again. And if I'm really thinking about it, the entire cast actually had really good chemistry, to be honest. Salma Hayek and Sam Jackson are just a really odd pair to play lovers, but it worked. And Ryan and Sam are like 30 years difference in age, but they made it very believable that they could have been best friends. All in all, a very good summer action film. Go into it with an open mind, okay? Don't expect too much, like don't take it too serious, because at the end of the day, it is still a comedy, not meant to be an action blockbuster film. I enjoyed it. I hope you all do too. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video.